So Shiva is the God Almighty. We should call him as Sadashiva. I'll try to draw a little bit. Let us see how it works out. Now forming into a nucleus like this. Now this is the remains of the nucleus, you can see, which forms his power here into a Valaya. How does it form? He moves, supposing backwards, you can say. Then what happens when he moves backwards? This whole thing like this remains here, and all of this passes, forms a shell around it, and the waves cross over and settle onto the shell. Yeah. Now, this is the situation. When all inside forms another nucleus here by concentration. This is the Shakti. And this is the Sadashiva. This is the Mahashakti, you can say Adi Shakti, and this is the Sadashiva. Now here, Shiva, once the Shakti forms her personality, or we can say her ego is established. She is a different identity from Shiva. Because the whole process is to create the play for the witness to see. He is the one who is going to watch the play. She is the one who is going to create. So she accumulates her ego onto a point here and becomes Shakti, assumes a position there. And the first thing she does as a Shakti is to go around in a parabole around her Lord. This point one must understand. She is a Shakti, is the power of God. And the whole creation is only meant for God Almighty to see. He is the only spectator of the play of Shakti. And if he doesn't like the play, for example, he doesn't like the way it is or the way people are that are created, he can immediately stop the play by closing his eyes, by denying the play, by showing his annoyance, or by his temper. He can just stop it. That's why he's also called as a destroyer. But the whole thing is meant for his amusement. And if it doesn't give him pleasure, he can stop it. That's why the first one who must be pleased is the one who is the spectator. Because of this, Shiva is garlanded by her, is a parabole. And that's why parabole is the symbol of Adi Shakti. This is sort of a certificate to her, a sort of a granting her the Varadan, as we call it in Sanskrit language, is the Varadan. That go ahead with your work. This is a sanction given to him. When she completes this parabole, the sanction has been granted, and that's why she is a parabole. Here the question of men dominating the women and women dominating the men does not come in, because this is predominantly in our heads, you see. When we think of it, we think of men and women. It is nothing of the kind. It's a complete oneness. Can we think of one couple which is absolutely united with each other? We can. Because we are all incomplete people. But if you could stretch your imagination to such a point that both of them are meant for each other only, and the one who is active is the Adishakti, is only active to please the God Almighty, who is the only spectator of her play, and he is to be pleased first. So she surrenders herself before him, takes his sanction through the parabole. Now, parabole is a very important thing. You know that everything travels through parabole, never in a straight line. For example, if you love someone, our love goes around that person and comes back to us as love. But if you hate that person, then our hatred goes around that person and comes back to us as a terrible hatred. So the parabolic is taken. But you might say, why a parabolic? The question can be, why should there be a parabolic and not a circle? The reason is, parabolic is the shortest distance to go round another point. It's the shortest, and that's why it's a parabolic. It is even in our ordinary life. You will find this happening that whatever you do to others, it comes back to you in some form, whether you do good or bad. And that's why our karmic ideas and that our doing punyas are all there. Because whatever we emit through us will come back to us. In the same way, if we bless the whole world, the blessings of the whole world will come to us. As I told you, the process is not that simple as it can be drawn because it's a living process of a big dimension. But I'm just trying to make it simpler for you to understand. Now, this parabolic, when here now, when she is, she goes into the motion of a parabolic, and Shiva sanctions her. The it's a living process. Again, you must understand. It's a living process. It's as human as we are. Both of them as human as we are, or we should say they are 1,000 times more human than we are. So, here the wife, his consort, says that I'm very happy just like this. I won't go any further with it. Because creation is not an easy thing for her. She doesn't want to depart from her. Creation is the child. And she says, I would not like to have children now because I may lose you. So she pushes herself towards him and he pushes her back and disappears, opening out from here. Now she is in this wall. So the beginning of the Om starts. Parabolic, first of all, gets converted into Om. Then she pushes herself down and settles down for a while to meditate and to find out how she's going to work it out. We can say like this. You see, it is her desire which must be aroused. If her desire is not aroused, she will not conceive the creation. So a kalpa is spent in that. Quite a lot of time is spent in her own thinking, which way she should do it. She has created many universes. It is not one universe she has created. She has created universes after universes, and I will show you how she has created so many universes. And some of them are still lingering on, some of them are destroyed. But today before us, this universe, this earth, on this earth, India, and in India, Delhi, we are sitting at 10 minutes apiece. It's like that. So at this moment, whatever is the thing, is not the past, not the future. But I am telling you about the present moment we are here. But many universes have been created by Adi Shakti even before us. And she has tried many other things also. Ultimately, she has tried this. She has created earth and then created us. Now, how she has done that, we'll see later on. Just now, let us see how she has used her third power. When she decides to create, she is endowed with three powers. She has three powers of God which are granted to her. By one power, first of all, is the existence, the desire to exist. She desires to exist with God. The second power is to create. And the third power is to sustain. First power is existence, second is to create, and the third is the evolving power or sustenance power by which gradually you sustain something and you become something. These are the three powers she assumes. In short, we can say that she forms three powers of Mahakali, Mahasaraswati, and Mahalakshmi. These are the three powers she assumes within herself. Now she uses again her parabolic systems. Supposing I have come to this house by this way, I know this way. Then I take that way. I know that way. I know the middle way. Everything. Now I know these ways, and I know all about it with that knowledge. I can do something else. So she again uses her parabolic movements. Actually, her three movements of Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati are all the time with her, with Adishakti. She can separate them and put them into three different channels. She can combine them and synthesize them and use it as a parabole. You understand this? That's why when we put a bandhan to you, we say put a parabole. Is a parabole because the vibrations are all in all the three powers are flowing this. So we have got, that three powers. The Mahakali power, you can say, I need not write Mahakali power. By Mahakali power, she desires, as I've told you, is the emotional side of God, you can say. She represents the emotional side of God. She desires. Is the desire is that of God. God Almighty, who is the spectator. He is the Sakshi. And she puts that Sakshi into your heart. She reflects that into your heart, which is kept all the time burning to watch what you are doing, to see your play after your creation. Her Mahasaraswati power now moves in a parabolic. She can move in any angle, 360 angles she can move from one point. Sometimes she goes round and round at a point. When she goes round and round at a point, her Mahasaraswati power can get consolidated. You can say it becomes dense. You see, that's the trouble with English language. It becomes dense. It becomes so very dense that it cracks out. These cracks also due to the momentum of the movement of the Mahakali power, Mahasaraswati power, because it is moving in a round and round fashion. They also get into the momentum of that movement. They start moving. For example, this part start moving, this part start moving, this part start moving. And when they start moving, they become round. They lose their angularities and they become round. Now, I'm telling you very much in short because they become round. These rounds again are put into friction with each other. And that is how we can say, now forget about other universes where other styles were also created, but about this one we can say was created. Now you must all the time remember that this power thinks, understands, organizes, loves, and is an identity. So she creates the earth. Earth is not created so easily. Part of the sun is removed. Just like this with the hand, you can say. We must understand why the sun became so cold. From the sun, it is removed very much far away first to the furthest point so that it freezes completely. Or sorry, like moon, it was taken very far away. It just freezes completely and is then brought near the sun again, like a pendulum. It is moved again towards the cold side. Again, it is brought to the hot side. It is brought to a point, to the medium point, where earth is made. Again, I'm saying, it's not a chance of nature, is made deliberately habitable for human beings. The temperature is brought in. It has been done by Adi Shakti, the mother. She has done it deliberately. It's not easy to conceive of such a mother, but she has done it. And she brings this earth to a point where life can begin. So the combination of moon and the combination of sun gives you hydrogen from the moon, oxygen from the sun, gives you water. The freezing and heating. The freezing and heating gives you the water. In the water, when the earth is made spirally to move upward, again the heating and cooling starts. By heating and cooling, life comes into being as amino acids. Is done deliberately. What I'm saying, it is not done by something by chance.